Thank you, Carl. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Welcome, everybody. Let me ask a question. Let me ask all of you that went to the Philippines, stand up. I know. We had quite a crowd. There was 29 of us. So if you have any questions, these are the people to ask. We had a great time. So let's get the show started. So Totally Bitchin Divers is a little company I developed probably 25 years ago that takes care of my travel. So it doesn't compete with the dive shop, or not just the dive shop, but with any of the dive shops or with the Desert Dolphins. So the Totally Bitchin Divers, if you've been on one of my trips, you know it's Totally Bitchin Divers. So, and we are totally bitchin'. Okay. We don't bitch. If you bitch, you don't get to go. Okay, so one of the things about Scandi Divers, about noon on Friday, we're getting ready for Friday night dinner. Cut it out, you guys. Okay. They said, do you have a logo? And I said, no, I don't have a logo. Can we design you one? So they designed me a logo, Totally Bitchin Divers. So this was awesome. Not only that, they made me a 6-foot banner that they used all over the resort there. So Totally Bitchin Divers, together with Scandi, we spent 10 days, a little bit more than that because we came in early, we left late too. So let's talk about the Philippines. Who went? We have the clownfish table, which was one of the things they did was that they assigned us to boats. 5 people to a boat, 1 dive master. It was awesome. So the first boat was Dave, Dick's son Scott, Dick, myself, and my sister Shelly, who filled in for somebody that had to cancel it last minute. We had a blast. We had Bill and Nancy in the back, Bill and Mary Sue, as well as Tom. We had a great time. They had a great time. We had Jerry's group. We didn't see too much of them, but Jerry did certify her granddaughter to get certified. Susan, the top one, came in from Maine. Actually, she didn't really come in from Maine. She had already been there 6 weeks by the time we got there. So, and then Todd on the right came in from Phoenix. We have these good-looking gentlemen and ladies. Boy, that was, anyways. So we have Steve Pierce on the left, Dave Culbertson on the right, and then Marty and Sharon Haas, they're sitting at this table over here. So I'm sorry, I didn't know who was at each table. So you were the Barracuda. Well, you know. So then we had Mary, we had Merritt and Kay, and then Debbie and Guy. These are our non-divers. Rick, Barb, as well as Daniel. Do you guys, anybody remember Daniel? He met us in Manila, you know, because that's where he's living with his new wife, Mary Ann. They said, can we go for a couple days? I'm sure we can arrange it. So they talked to the people from Scandi Divers, and all of a sudden they stayed 10 days. They had a great time. So what do we know about the Philippines? 7,600 islands in the Philippines, and we only went to 2 of them. The population of just Manila alone is 16 million in Manila. Yeah, no wonder there were lots of traffic. The language is Tagalog. Is that how you say it? Tagalog. See. But there's 130 to 195 different languages they speak within the Philippines. So English is one of them. Most everybody spoke English, but there were a lot of different dialects. How tall is this place? usually averages about 33 feet above sea level. I mean, we're islands, right? But the highest point's only 9,500 feet at Mount Apo. And we weren't, is that the correct way to say it? Apo, okay. So the currency is the Filipino peso. You can see the exchange rate there. It was very difficult to figure this out. We had 29 people, 25 divers, 4 non-divers. I didn't put this in. 2 weeks before we left, we had 28 people going. 10 days before we left, 10 days before we left, we were down to 26. 7 days, we had 27. And by the time we got there, we had our 29 people. What a crowd. What a crowd. So we had one person from Florida, Dick's son joined us. One person from Maine, who was a friend of a friend of a friend of Jerry's. And she was the one that had already spent 6 weeks there. We had a person from New Mexico, that's Merritt, and one from Gilbert and one from Mesa. So we weren't just local people. So this gives a little map. That's where Manila is. And we took a bus from Manila to Batangas. Then they put us in water taxis and took us to Puerto Galera. Took about 3 hours, give or take. This is the Manila airport. It's huge. Remember, they have 16 million people in Manila. So actually, this is the catwalk from the airport to the other side, where all these high rises were all hotels. And they said in the literature, in our hotel literature, that we could walk to our hotel from the airport. That's providing you don't have any dive equipment. But we walked this several times, just to have something to do. Our hotel is at the very end of the big high rises. Of course. This is one of the skylines. You can see all the high rises there. 16 million. What do you do with them all? This is the dichotomy. McDonald's and a cathedral, And this was right down the street from our hotel. And I don't know whether you guys can see this, but this is one of their buses. But it's for me. It was for us only. See, it has my name Nichols on it. And that's not really true. There's a community there that's named Nichols, right in Manila. This is outside our hotel room on the side of the Newport, they had it's free of cars, free of traffic, but they're developing this as a tourist spot. And it's where all those hotels were. Some people like to go relax at night and have a nice drink overlooking the sunset. Bill, you're gonna have to tell me about this because I don't know anything. Where is this?
That's St. Augustine Cathedral.
St. Augustine Cathedral.
Church.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's our new Pope, and he is of the Augustinian order, and not necessarily from Manila, but they're claiming him from Manila.
From Chicago.
He's from Chicago. Bill, this is also your photo. Inside. So I should have done these in the other order. Yes.
1609 was one of the few buildings that was not destroyed in war.
It was built in 1609, not destroyed in the war. Thank you, Debbie. Bill, just okay. Well, it's one of the facades there in Manila. Okay. Yeah. There's a logo. Yeah. So one of the things that some of us did one afternoon is we went to Mall of Asia. Has anybody been there before? It makes any one of our malls in the United States look tiny. Any 10 malls together. This place is huge. It's like 10 blocks by 10 blocks. It was pretty awesome. So what do? We go to the Hard Rock Cafe. But if there's a name brand in Manila, This is Manila. If there's a name brand store, there's a storefront for them. It was pretty incredible. And what do you do if you go to the Hard Rock Cafe? Yeah. And they're developing this area around Mall of Asia. And so they have a Ferris wheel. I'd like to see where this is in 5 years. Pretty trucks. Barb, what did we do?
We fed the fish.
We went on a tour.
We went on a land tour.
We went on a land tour, and the first thing we had to do was feed the koi because of some tradition. What was it, you guys?
Anybody remember what the tradition is? Yeah, thank you. Oh, and letting us off in case we had to go to the restroom because we'd been in the car for two hours. So this is where they took us up this mountain. And in the distance, there's a volcano that erupted as recently as last December. Our tour guide said that when it erupted, he was instructed to leave the area immediately because he didn't want to breathe in the dust. It's not dust. He says it's like particles of glass. So you got to leave. Another view. We also stopped at a market, which was, it was right there on the side of the street there. And these crazy little trucks, they're all over the place, but this is what we went up the mountain in. And there's these little converted motorcycles. Tuk-tuks, thank you. So we stayed at the Savoy Hotel that was right on that line of hotels. Very nice. It was probably 15 stories. It was a great place, very modern looking. We all came in on different times. It's not like we all arrived on the same flight. We literally came in on all different flights for 3 days. So the night before we were supposed to head to the resort, we got together at the Savoy downstairs. They had a buffet and we got everybody together and the people from Scandi came in and talked to us. So we were able to meet here and have our own little space there. They were very good about this. Couple different pictures, very modern. We didn't have any luggage. We had lots of luggage. And how they got it into this bus, I have no idea. But they put it all in there. They trucked us down, or they bussed us down to Batangas and unloaded all the luggage from the bus, put it out here to put it on these water taxis. We had 2 water taxis, all our luggage, and 29 people. Wow. And it was a little warm that day, so they made us put all these life jackets on, made sure they were all on tight, snug, and they had somebody come through and take a picture of all of us. And as soon as he started to step out, they all took him off. He said, "Go ahead, you can take him off now." No logic. So this is where we landed. This is right in front of Scandi Divers. So if you'll notice, there's all sorts of dolphins right out front. So sharks. They brought in the school kids and they had a band and, baton twirlers. Helping us off the boats. There is music to this, but anyways. You can hear the band play. Now you can see them. Flag people. So they even did a drawing of the logo that they did for me. Here's the water taxis. So you can see some buildings in the background. Those are the oceanfront rooms. And they assigned us, like I said, to all these little tables. So five people to a table, and that was your boat you went out on. They also brought in women to give us chair massages. I know. It is the Philippines, you're right. So they did introductions. Most of us don't remember that, we're hot and tired. This is their bar, which was, it overlooked the ocean, sunset. The food, we were not deprived of any food. This is, every day they would put out a menu. So you had a choice of 2 or 3 things, usually something local and then something not so local. They did have to cater to the vegans, the celiac, and they did quite well. Mary, did they do pretty good for you?
They learned over time.
Yes. My sister, the vegan, they learned over time. So this is happy hour. We usually all congregated upstairs and sat down and told stories from earlier in the day. This is looking from upstairs, downstairs, and you can see where the boats pull up. And from there, the bottom right-hand boat, you can see where stairs go up to the boat. So it's very easy to get in and out. It's a ramp, and they were there to help you. But then you didn't have to carry any gear either. No gear. No gear. You didn't touch your gear once you put it out in front of your door. You put it in a basket, they came and picked it up, took it downstairs, and that's the last time you touched it until they brought it back at the end of the trip, washed and dried. So this is the beach. This is the dive shop area. This is the dining room, the bar. And then this is the group of us. Most everybody. There's a few missing because some of them got sick. So this is. Oh, that's right. The massage.
From the ladies they brought in.
From the ladies they brought in. And then there's Dave. If you know Dave, we may be at happy hour, but he's smoking his cigar. So he takes his little music box out and sits and has a cigar. So he got caught.
How much for an hour massage?
$15 for a massage.
Oh, that was expensive. Polly was $4 an hour.
Ah. They made all sorts of exotic drinks. Merritt, was this yours?
Yeah.
What kind of bird?
Oreo.
An Oriole. In our rooms at Scandi's, they were filled with these old time movie underwater photos or banners, posters. Some flowers. And I don't know, what was that? Nancy, what kind of drink?
Something fabulous.
Something fabulous. Downstairs for happy hour again. Yeah, there's Dave again. We'll talk about that in a minute. Just in the dining area. That's my poster. I was really proud of that. I still have it. So one of the nights we were there, they brought in the Blue Wild, which is a conservation group, much like we have here, like when we do the anniversary party, we do crifts, or we do reef, or we do Sato. It's similar to this. Be a citizen scientist. Both Dick and I wore our shirts tonight. And did somebody, oh, Mary's got hers on. So we did support them very nicely. And it was neat to hear that they're actually conscientious of their environment as well. Best picture of the whole thing. Dick's son, my sister. Sorry. But this is not a bad picture either. Or this one. I don't know about that one. So I put this in because it shows you one of the gentlemen putting the dive gear together, which we never touched our gear. You see the crates in the background? Every single one of us got our own crate. So at night, I'm sure they took our gear and put them in those crates and stored them safely away. In the morning, before we went downstairs, all our gear was hanging up on hangers and our booties were dry and our equipment was all put together. And when you went out on a boat, you just threw, your dry bag there. You didn't take anything to the boat or to your room for that matter. This is the guy from the diveman, this blue group here. Now, this guy's really important. His name is Armand. And he was the best guy there. See, yeah, anybody want to say why? Dick?
Everything for us. He did.
You got off the boat.
I had to stop him from taking my wetsuit off.
I loved it. You came off the boat and he took your booties off. He took your skin off. He took your socks off. He washed them. He hung them up. What life? What life? That's what Armand done. And Dick goes, no, I don't want him to, I can do this. I can do this. Dick, let him do it. It's wonderful. We're all doing it. These guys are so good. That guy too. Pretty good looking guys. They're happy. Susan was our gal from Maine. She was there 6 weeks.
I think she did every dive.
Yeah.
Oh, plus some.
Yeah.
I think she did 5 dives one day.
Yeah.
They offer 4 dives. And anybody in this room, did they do 4 dives a day? Guy and Debbie did. Merritt did. Dave, did you do 3? Most of us did 3 dives a day, but you could do 4, you could do 5. But she'd been there 6 weeks already. She was getting ready to go home. She's getting ready to go back already. So she wants to move to the Philippines. Yeah, Steve. The ladies. Debbie, what did I do for a living? Oh. Okay. No, I didn't do that one. Uh-oh. You got caught.
I called her Val.
So this is downstairs getting ready to dive. Now what you guys came to see is underwater pictures, right? So we're getting ready.
That's a birthday.
Pardon? Oh yeah, birthday cake. Can you see it? We'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, we're downstairs. So they did have a board. I don't think this was necessarily for us, but it was for the guys who was on which boat, and we had the same dive masters every dive, unless your boat was short and they would put you on another one. Whether you're diving nitrox, whatever your specifics were, they put it on this board. This is when we went out to Verde Island, which is a very famous place in the Philippines. I'll let somebody else talk about that. You can see the boats. This is a map of all the dive sites in Puerto Galera. It's just painted up on the wall. So there's quite a bit. If the weather's not good, they can move to another location. These are the oceanfront rooms. Does anybody want to, who stayed in oceanfront rooms?
Bill and Nancy.
Sharon and Marty.
Did you like it?
No, rooms were great and the doors were great. I mean, great views, amazing. And I spent a lot of time in
Too much, too much. You had oceanfront?
We did. They were fabulous. We had the very last one on the very top, no, the very highest one. All I can say, lots of steps, but it was fabulous.
Lots of steps. lots of steps. So,
And
yeah.
if you were unable to walk those steps, somewhere was there to help you all the time. Wow.
If you couldn't do the steps, somebody was there to help you, and that's really true. That's really true. Mary, Rick, how are your rooms?
We were in those little tiny ones up front. And it was very nice. I'd like to be able to hear the ocean stuff.
She likes to hear the ocean, so they were great. Dick and I had ones that were directly above the restaurant. Yeah, they were nice. No, because we were the only group there. There was probably on a couple of days another 2 people. So we literally had the whole resort. Going out to Verde Island. I have the same picture from 7 years ago. It's still there. It's stairs. Yes, stairs.
Spiral staircase
Going up to the top where there's houses. Rick, Melanie, you want to tell us about this? No, this is not Verde Island.
That's Oriole and Mindoro, and there's some beautiful homes up along the ridge there. And that spiral staircase takes them down, and you can't see them, but quite often they have a couple of boats that are in there. And the disaster is if you forget something. Fortunately, if it's not breakable, they can throw your sandals off from the top.
Thank you.
Yeah. Because for me, I dove I dove a lot in the Philippines before I dove in the United States, and I got so used to people attending to me, like you have kind of like a nanny, but not really. Yeah. Like Leslie's right in that, I took it for granted that you don't have to touch your gear, not even your shoes or your socks. Like people would do it for you. So when I went to New York and dove with them, I was like, what? I need to carry my tank? I never did that. Oh my gosh, yeah. And I need to check everything, and then the gauges and everything, my VCD, everything, they tested it, everything. I even just, I got used to just going to the boat and then sitting down, and then somebody would help me wear my BCD and even like do the buckles and everything. So we're like so spoiled in the Philippines, and it's true that they can help you take off your dive suit, anything. I mean, if they can feed you, they'll probably feed you, and they can also like if you eat shrimps or like shells, they'll like do it for you. So yeah, you get like so spoiled, and you take it. I took it for granted. So when I went to New York to dive, I got the biggest shock of my life. Yeah. So yeah, that was it. Thank you. And it's really nice in Puerto Galera. Actually, I'm a lawyer, and I was counsel for like the Scandi at one point, and also a counsel of the GM of Savoy Hotel where you stayed. So yeah, you're in good hands.
Yes. Good. We'll talk later. So yes, so Dick made good friends with these guys because they took his clothes off. They took my clothes off too. So yes.
They didn't tell me when you got off the boat, they're going to grab you at the wrist and take you down across the beach. And I'm thinking, what the heck? I think the biggest thing was to give up your pride and let them do that work for you. But yeah, he was always there.
Yep, they were there. So here are the crates that we put our stuff. They were all labeled. So, there's my mask box, my extra pair of socks in case I lost my other ones, my dry bag during the day. So you didn't have to carry anything. It was wonderful. Now, the Desert Dolphins did have to make their statement. We have our sticker on the window downstairs. So what do you think? There's maybe 20 stickers. There's 4 of them from Tucson, Arizona. We have ours, we have Paragons, we have 72 Aquatics, and one other that I saw that was rather interesting. How can there be so many? 25% of the stickers are from Tucson, Arizona. Okay, let's get to the good stuff. Bill, why don't you come up and you can narrate yours? Oh, he left. Okay.
I'm still here, but I'm not sure I could narrate it. Just go ahead.
Okay, some gorgeous pictures. These are his. Mantis shrimp, corals,
A lot of soft pearls.
a lot of soft corals. Yeah. Tourniquet, is that what? Yeah. Stargazer. What was this one, Bill? Just coral?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if I was missing something.
No, you got it.
Can you see them? Yeah.
Can you see the pygmy seahorse?
First time I've ever seen a yellow pygmy.
It's a yellow one. You know, these things are only this big. What you don't see is probably the finger of a dive master. Some beautiful fish. Ghost pipefish, thank you. Ghost pipefish. More Shidle. Isn't that amazing? Lizardfish, I think, of some kind. Who was said something different?
It's not a lizard fish.
Something else.
Sand diver.
Sand diver. Lots of fish. Mantis. Okay, guess what this is? Sea cucumbers. Lots of them.
They're tiny.
Yeah. Yeah, they're maybe 2 inches long. Tourniquet. Check this one out. What is it? An eaten batfish. If you'll notice at the tail, somebody took a chunk out of the back end. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Porcelain crab. Same pygmy seahorse. Isn't that incredible?
There's the Rex with the half-eaten fish at the bottom.
Oh, that's true. Is this the Alma Jane?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I mean, the colors, just unimaginable. Just some plain anemones. Lori? Okay.
Nembrata Chamberlain, Nudibranch.
Thank you. Okay, everybody repeat that. Okay, what's this, Bill?
A pink plant.
Nudibranch.
It's a nudibranch. Yeah, beautiful. More corals. That's a lizard fish. These are Nemo fish, right? Nemos? Lots of mantis shrimp this time. Bill? Pencil?
It's a fireworm.
It's like a giant fireworm.
Yeah.
Sea pen, thank you. It's a sea pen.
Yeah, standing up vertically.
Yeah. Gorgeous. Okay, so this is, do you see the pygmy down in the bottom third of it?
And I left the guy's pointer in there just so you could get
Oh,
a
yeah.
concept of size.
Yes,
Wow.
these are little. Nancy?
This one's still Bill's.
Oh, that's right. What is it, Bill?
It's a nudie.
Okay, Lori.
Nembrata Cuba Urana.
Thank you. What's this? Flamboyant cuttlefish. Isn't this gorgeous? Interesting, though, I think we all went to the same dive site and got the same picture. You guys see? Trumpet. Diving photographer. How big was this puffer fish, Bill?
That one's mine, and I would say that puffer fish was probably 18 inches in diameter
Yep,
and probably
huge.
2 to 2.5 feet long.
He was huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the most photographed subjects in this slideshow. Hawkfish. Lots of turtles, large turtles. And they didn't seem to care whether we were there or not. Not at all. Not at all. Bill? Orangutan crab. Bubble coral. There might be a picture of bubble coral in here. Tourniquet. Okay, Bill, what were we taking a picture of? I like it.
No idea. The dive guy was pointing out something. I couldn't figure out what it was, so I took a picture of it anyway.
Okay. It's kind of interesting.
Even after I looked at it blown up, I could still figure out what was in there.
Yeah, we'll figure it out someday. There's your bubble coral. Just huge turtles. Nice one, Nancy. This, you need to enter in for seascapes in the photo contest.
You know, the soft corals were so gorgeous and so colorful. I'm not sure I even have light on that. I think it was shallow enough. I might have had some supplemental light, but they're just beautiful.
It really was. Lots of different colors. Nice little eel.
Cleaning station wannabe.
Yeah. This was the boat. I mean, they had the equipment on it. We just got on, enjoyed ourselves. This was the dive profile for Verde Island. So this gave us an idea. One thing that we did notice about diving in Puerto Galera is that there was a lot of current. Most of the time, it wasn't a big deal. You got in, and they just followed you to wherever you went. Verde Island, their current was a little bit stronger. So, but it was still a gorgeous dive, worth every penny of it. Then they dropped us off at this island and fed us a buffet. Just incredible. Then we're back to diving again. Lori, what kind of nudibranch? Do you know? Okay, it's a common one. There's my pygmy seahorse, but you can see his thumb in the upper right-hand corner.
They're so small.
Another nudibranch. This is the cutest little guy I've ever seen. My sister, this was her first exotic trip. And if you don't know the story, she's the marine biologist in the family. And so she got certified when she was in high school. Went to U of A, got a degree in marine biology, went into education. Her last dive was in 1995 when we were in Spain last year, and they wouldn't let her get on the boat. She was rather irritated. So she went back and got recertified. She was on our anniversary trip. And so she had the opportunity to go to the Philippines when somebody canceled out. And she stepped on it and she just loved it. She was a fish out of water. She's a natural. There's how you get in and out of the boat. Nancy will go into that.
Most people would stay on the plank going up and down.
Yes. If you miss a step, if you miss it, you do some damage. And at least Nancy waited until the last day to do that. Again, coral. And porcelain crab. I'm not, oh, that's where we were at, Verde Island. Seahorse. Blue ribbon eel. Clownfish. So somebody, you can see that on this map, Scandi Divers, where we stayed, is in the upper left-hand corner. So they wanted to know how far it would take to walk into Puerto Galera, the town of Puerto Galera. So they circled the pathway that you have to take up to go over the mountain to get to the town of Puerto Galera. And they said it took about 10 minutes. So it was not very far.
That was Sabang, wasn't it?
Yeah, to Sabang.
Not to Puerto Galera.
Okay.
That was further in town.
Yeah, that's correct. So this is what you're looking at if you walked over that hill. That's the town of Sabang. So one afternoon, some of us took a land tour to Puerto Galera. So we have to get your picture taken out here. There's Barb. She's ready to go. There's the waterfalls that they claimed we could all get in the water, but they had drained it. So that's Shelley and Barb downstairs. And that's the group that went in on the tour. You kind of walk this little tiny path from the resort for a block or so, and this is what you come out at, and they pick you up, and that's how you get around the island. This is what we rode in for the tour. A jeepney experience, Puerto Galera. Daniel and Marianne. And just, we were touring. If anybody wants to step in and talk more.
That was a cement galleon.
Yes, okay, thank you. That's what I was missing. Just beautiful views. There's your waterfall. We're back in Scandi Divers. They're getting ready for lunch, and we're back here at the waterfalls. So the guy on the right in the white red shirt, he came up to me and he says, "Have you ever been here before?" And I said, "Well, I was here kind of 7, 8 years ago here at Scandi." And I said, "No, I was at a different resort." He says, "You were at that other resort?" I said, "Yeah, but that's been 8 years ago." And he says, "I remember you." I just can't get away from that. So this is the church in Puerto Galera. And just, walking around.
What did you do to make such a big impression?
I don't know. I really don't.
Just be yourself, Leslie.
Yeah, I'll tell you. And then at one point while we were having lunch at Puerto Galera, one of the gals comes up to me. "See those people over there? They want to talk to you." I said, "Oh, no, why?" "They say that they know you." And I looked, and it was the people that I had met there 9 years ago. But we've been friends on Facebook. They own a dive shop in Washington now. Small world. So this is in the church. In the jeepney.
It's padded as handrails, so you know how rough it is.
So you don't
Yep.
get your hand on hard surface.
Yep.
Patted it.
And there's that ship. It was a little warm that day.
Water temp?
Water temp was 84, 86. There's your concrete galleon. This is the staff at Scandi. I believe there were 52 employees. And within 24 hours of our arrival, they knew everybody's name. Everybody's name. It was very impressive. Did we know theirs? No. Well, not all of them. The important ones. So good group. Yeah, as Melanie said, she's accustomed to the service. And these guys, if you made eye contact with them, they were right there. They wanted to know what you wanted. The last night, I think the part of this trip is there was a lot of celebrating and a lot of partying. Not alcohol necessarily, but just a lot of different events. The last night we were there, they threw us a huge party. So they awarded me a certificate. Here, you can't see it, but I'll leave it up here so you can take a look at. It's not just a printed copy, man. It's laminated, embossed, you know, all sorts of stuff. Pretty impressive. As well as I got my little official banner, whatever this thing is. So yeah. Yeah. So pretty impressive. They went all out. They went all out. So they awarded that to me, but then at the same time, they gave each and every one of us a T-shirt. Barb and Tom, Merritt, you can see the T-shirts. They gave every one of us. So take a look at them. And there's Dave looking at the back. There's a map. All sorts of stuff. I mean, they had a big celebration for us. Not only that, we had a few birthdays during the week. So here's a happy birthday to Kay and to Bill. They both had birthdays while we were there. Let's see what else we got. There's Dave because he too had a birthday. Okay, 2 days, 3 days later. So they gave him a special hat because he was going to be the big 70 on a 70th dive. 700 dives. Thank you. At 70 years old, at 70 feet. So this is a picture of, you know, we were sitting outside. Lovely. And that's all of us in our group, as well as all the Scandi employees. And they like to party. We did some kind of game one night. I don't know who won. There's Nancy with her sore knee. With Dick's cane, yes. Then some of us went on, as we left, some of us went on to Anilau, and we went to Acacia Solitude. Different resort. They started off good. This is their dining room. It's a whole different feel. Yes, you overlook the ocean, but it had a more of a white linen tablecloth kind of feel to it. Beautiful view. You know, that's the view from our room. Gorgeous. This is the map, so you can kind of tell where we were diving. It was they took us back via water taxi back to Batangas and then drove us around to the other side of the island. They had a different kind of menu. They had very nice happy hour. Nice patios. Oh, and I had to throw this one in because this is Guy and Debbie's, because they too went on to someplace else. Dave, you want to say something real quick about the diving at Solitude?
Yeah, diving at Solitude is a little bit different. We went out to several islands and several different sites. The creatures there are absolutely unbelievable, like nothing that I've seen in my 700 dives. They're very interesting. The guides were like 1 or 2 divers to every guide. They were like right on top of you all the time. And just incredible. The service is amazing.
Thank you, Dave.
How was the diving so different? Was it truck diving or was it? A mixture.
It was a mixture. I'll be honest, my opinion of that place is totally different. The first dive we did there was we had current and at depth. And it was one of the most, it is my worst dive I've ever made in my life.
It was tough.
It was a very tough dive.
But the second one was awesome.
It was better. It was better. So we, there were difference of opinions, but they did try to do a one-on-one. So just a little different experience. So Guy and Debbie, where were you on this one?
El Nido and Palawan.
Yes. So they went on and they did some different diving for a week after that.
360 steps to get there.
Is that all? That was up. How many coming down? You just did one and rolled? Okay. There you go. So just some beautiful sunsets. So for Bill's birthday, he was the first one. They made him a birthday cake, and as he came off the dive boat, they sang happy birthday. Then we had Kay. She had a birthday. And they I don't know who decorated the room. And then Dave did his 700th dive at 70 feet. So,
I want that picture.
okay. And then Mary had one. We were not short for birthdays. But this was, the last night. Oh, this is fun. I don't want to know what he's doing. Yeah, I know. Okay, let's do it over again.
Yeah.
Way to the left.
What?
The triangle on the left. There, right there. Don't do it! Don't do it!
They coming down.
Yeah, Bill! Here they come, here they come! Here they come! Yeah, babe!
Isn't that cool? It was pretty hot. Okay. So to conclude this show tonight, lots of landscape sunset pictures because it was absolutely gorgeous. Just gorgeous.
Too tough to take.
I know. That's a sunrise picture. That's when those poor souls had to get up at 4 a.m. in the morning. Did anybody do that? I did. I got up. Todd, Susan, Shelley, Jerry's group, all of that group went. It was just, they didn't follow directions in the fact that they got the 10 o'clock flight out of Manila. So they had to get from the resort to Manila to depart. So very early. This is low tide. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, you could. No, you could. I mean, it was just stunning. So thanks to all the photographers, Dave, Sharon, Nancy, Bill, Shelley, Merritt, Daniel, Barb, myself, and Scandi. Scandi had a few in there.
Hey, where were the pressure shark photos?
You know what? Now that you mention that, I don't know where they went. I mean, they were in the original batch, but I didn't get them in there. So some of you guys, who of you? Yeah. Who saw the Thrasher shark? Who saw it? Mary did, Merritt? Okay, we didn't see him though. Sorry. I apologize. That was a highlight and I didn't get it. So I thank everybody for going. We did have a very memorable trip. And if you want to do it again, I'm doing it again next June. So there are flyers up here. It's well worth it. Customer service. Does anybody know Steve and Heidi? They were at our last happy hour or at the pool party and they did some pictures and they've done 700 dives, 800 dives in like 3 years. How do you do that? He says, just like this, because it's easy diving. So with that, I apologize for taking so long, but there was a lot to talk about. So if you want to go, see me afterwards. Well, I'm going to turn it over to you.
10 days.